Sergei Pavlovich, that's the Russian Fedor. I mean, the Russian Francis, rather. He, comes out, guns blazing on people, just like Francis used to.
When Francis Ngannou made his exit from the UFC, the world of mixed martial arts could hardly imagine that a new, younger, and equally ferocious knockout artist would rise through the ranks of the heavyweight division. Enter Sergei Pavlovich, a figure who has solidified his status as the UFC's most terrifying and precise striker of the present day, who's been dispatching his fellow fighters with ruthless efficiency. When you have a 100% finishing rate in the organization, all of them via brutal first-round knockout, that's the same kind of warning they put on packages of cigarettes. Smoking can kill you. Join us as we revisit the 5 times Pavlovich ruthlessly annihilated his opponents and ask yourself whether this insatiable monster could be the one to unseat Jon Jones from his throne. Number 5, versus Derrick Lewis. On July 30th, 2022, Sergei Pavlovich went to an enemy's territory to fight Derrick Lewis, a battle-tested brawler with the record for the most knockouts in 30 years of UFC history. A little-known fact about Sergei is that at the age of 5, he began to engage in Greco-Roman wrestling, and he was initially involved in combat sports as a wrestler. Considering that, the smartest approach against Lewis would have been to utilize his wrestling and seek refuge on the canvas, where he would have had the advantage over the American. However, Sergei decided to play Russian roulette against the scary slugger and went after him with vicious haymakers without any precautions. Lewis returned with fire, and a merciless, all-out war broke out. Although Derrick was never the running type, it turns out it depends on who's chasing him. He was desperately trying to survive the onslaught, as Pavlovich was raining with bombs. When the American hit the canvas, the referee had already seen enough and prevented Pavlovich from sending Lewis straight to the emergency room. The home audience thought it was an early stoppage, but thinking with a cold head, it was salvation so Lewis could fight another day. Number 4, versus Marcelo Golm. Back in April of 2019, Sergei Pavlovich welcomed to Russia Marcelo Golm, a serious contender with a 100% finishing rate. Despite the danger of going toe-to-toe against a fighter who was not keen to leave it to the judge's hands, the Russian decided to go against him without a bulletproof vest and a helmet. Then he steered the victim into an ambush and pulled the trigger. As the opposition was trying to recover, Sergei used the momentum to unleash ballistic missiles, which culminated with a vicious uppercut that sealed the deal legally. That was a well-deserved Performance of the Night bonus award, which was an overture to what was about to come in the future. Number 3, versus Curtis Blaydes. In April of this year, the Russian was locked for a showdown against Curtis Blaydes, one of the toughest wrestlers in the organization with serious knockout power in his hands. Sergei opened the hunting season with a bomb in the guard, reminding the opposition that his power must not be taken lightly. Blaydes decided to stand and bang against the Russian and jumped right into the fire, but Sergei's gun turned out to be bigger. At the midpoint of the round, it was Sergei's jab that made Curtis wander around like a sleepy bear, and the Russian set a rhythm with swift combinations. Sergei likes to throw an unorthodox strike, a straight uppercut hybrid punch, and he can do that due to his enormous 84-inch or 213-centimeter arm's reach. This is precisely how Pavlovich penetrated through Blaydes' fortress, starting his finishing sequence with the hybrid uppercut, followed by the heavy artillery of bombs. After pounding a few nails, the referee was forced to jump in for the rescue. Like the video so far? Make sure to knock out that subscribe button. Number 2, versus Shamil Abdurakhimov. When we talk about the effectiveness of Sergei Pavlovich's hybrid straight uppercut, it's essential to note that this wasn't a one-time occurrence in his fighting career. In the year 2022, Sergei was paired against his compatriot, Shamil Abdurakhimov, a battle-hardened veteran in the world of mixed martial arts with impressive wins against fighters like Andrei Arlovsky and Marcin Tybura. The Russian fighters engaged in a calculated chess match during the opening 4 minutes of the round, opting for a more strategic and cautious approach instead of engaging in a reckless exchange of strikes. It felt like the calm before the storm, a moment of tension and anticipation building up. And then, as expected, the storm was unleashed by Pavlovich. He delivered a fight-ending blow, the mother of all bombs, in the form of his signature hybrid straight uppercut from hell, causing Abdurakhimov to drop to the canvas in an instant. Shamil desperately tried to weather the storm and find a way to survive, but seeking refuge in a turtle position against Sergei hardly proved to be a salvation strategy. In a scene that can only be described as poetic in the world of combat sports, Sergei Pavlovich showcased his dominance and demonstrated his talents for striking that resembled drumming on his opponent. The referee, recognizing the peril Abdurakhimov was in, promptly intervened to ensure he didn't leave the arena on a stretcher. Honorable mention versus Maurice Greene. Maurice Greene is renowned for his kickboxing skills, and when he faced Pavlovich, he held a solid MMA record of 8-2, coming off a big victory against Junior Albini. Sergei introduced Greene to his power through the jab that made the American regret signing the fight agreement in the first place. Akin to a predator stalking his prey, Pavlovich went for the kill and unleashed a torpedo that partially landed through the guard. Pavlovich started to throw more bombs on the opposition than the Russian army in Berlin in 1945, forcing the striker to turn into a wrestler by hugging Sergei's legs. Greene momentarily stood up to his feet, only to meet his inevitable doom on the feet, which led to Herb Dean waving the fight off. Number 1 versus Tai Tuivasa. On December 3, 2022, Sergei Pavlovich had a highly anticipated matchup against Tai Tuivasa, a fighter renowned for his merciless striking and unwavering willingness to engage in explosive brawls. Tuivasa's reputation was built on his toughness and fearlessness in stand-up exchanges, where the ultimate goal was to knock his opponent out cold. Nevertheless, his vulnerability on the ground offered a potential opportunity for Sergei Pavlovich to exploit. As the fight got underway, Pavlovich made it clear he was ready to bring an audience of energy and firepower to the octagon, eagerly diving into a ferocious slugfest. Tai Tuivasa wasted no time in responding with a powerful punch that connected cleanly, but much to the surprise of onlookers, the Russian fighter didn't even flinch. At this point, there was no turning back, and both fighters entered in what could only be described as a frenzied, zombie-style massacre. However, Sergei demonstrated once more that his striking skills were nothing short of deadly, akin to a rapid fire from an AK-47 rifle, as he sent the Australian fighter to the canvas once again. Tai Tuivasa, known for his unwavering tenacity, returned with determination. However, Sergei's superior power in the exchanges allowed him to quickly gain the upper hand and subdue his opponent, leaving Tuivasa's face resembling a Halloween mask by the end of the contest. In this fight, Sergei not only showed that he has the cojones to go toe-to-toe against a powerful brawler like Tuivasa, but also that he can take a powerful punch and keep coming no matter what. By comfortably dismantling the opposition in the last 5 years, it leads to the question: is Sergei Pavlovich the one to dethrone Jon Jones? Sergei Pavlovich's recent performances in the octagon have set the MMA world abuzz with excitement, as the possibility of a future showdown with the legendary Jon Jones looms on the horizon. While challenging Jon Jones, a fighter of unparalleled stature, is undoubtedly a monumental task, Pavlovich possesses the tools and skills necessary to vie for the coveted UFC heavyweight championship. What truly distinguishes Sergei from the rest of the heavyweight division is his awe-inspiring punching power. His fists are like sledgehammers, capable of delivering knockout blows to even the most formidable opponents, including the likes of Jon Jones. All it takes is one precisely timed punch to end the fight, leaving Jones with the arduous task of maintaining his composure and strategy. Jon Jones, renowned for his formidable wrestling background and crafty clinch fighting, faces a daunting challenge in attempting to take Pavlovich down to the mat. Sergei's imposing size and extensive experience in both wrestling and sambo make him a challenging target for takedowns, even for a fighter as skilled as Jones. In a bout against Sergei, Jon Jones would be wise to steer clear of an extended stand-up battle. Instead, his best approach would likely involve closing the distance and engaging in the clinch to neutralize Pavlovich's striking prowess. However, the pressing question is how long Jones can successfully employ this strategy. In a grueling 5-round fight, the precarious nature of the situation becomes evident. One well-placed overhand right from Sergei could instantaneously terminate the contest. It's essential to recognize that Sergei is not just a powerhouse brawler, he is a precise striker, and each of his combinations is meticulously calculated, akin to precision shots aimed at dismantling his opponent. Moreover, Sergei's endurance is nothing short of remarkable, as evidenced in his recent bout against Tuivasa. While Tuivasa's clean strikes had previously proven devastating to other opponents, Sergei managed to absorb them without faltering. This resilience in the face of adversity is a testament to his unyielding spirit and his ability to weather storms inside the cage. In conclusion, Jon Jones may rightfully hold the title of best fighter in the sport today, but if there's one individual capable of potentially dethroning him in the future, it's undoubtedly Sergei Pavlovich. A potential matchup between these two titans of the octagon promises to be a thrilling and eagerly anticipated spectacle for UFC fans worldwide, as it pits the unparalleled skills and experience of Jon Jones against the raw power and precision of Sergei Pavlovich in a clash that could redefine the landscape of heavyweight MMA. And what do you guys think? Which one of Sergei's performances is your favorite? How long do you think a fight between him and the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones would go? Share your thoughts in the comments, smash the like button, and subscribe to help us reach 1,000 subscribers and keep the excitement going in the octagon.